An embouchure is the shape a wind player makes their mouth when they're playing their instrument. The aim of an embouchure is to create the most amount of good sound with the least amount of effort. Today we're going to be talking about the optimal embouchure for any of your single reed instruments, so this covers clarinets, saxophones, or even bass clarinets. Embouchure is one of the first things students should be taught, but it's very rarely explained. This means that students often don't understand the importance of it or why they're doing what they've been asked to do. This leads to whole schools of students producing flat, fuzzy sounds, and a bad embouchure can even make producing high notes completely impossible. Today, we're going to show you how to form the perfect embouchure, troubleshooting for those of you that have stubborn mouths like I did, and most importantly, explain how it all works. Today's shout out is for my grade 4 clarinet class, especially if your name starts with D. Remember to keep your bottom lip tucked. Forming the perfect embouchure is actually quite simple. The first thing you need to do is tuck your bottom lip over your bottom teeth like this, and then say a long ooh. The first thing I want you to notice is how it looks. You'll notice your bottom lip tuck and spread over your bottom teeth, and you'll notice this part of your chin curve in. You might even notice the bottom of your chin move and point downward. The next thing I want you to notice is how it feels. I want you to notice what muscles do you feel working when you form this shape. For me, I mostly notice the ones here. Some people might notice the ones here, or even here. However this feels, remember this feeling, as this is the feeling you're going to want to keep whenever you're blowing through your instrument. I'm going to share the method that I go through with students during their very first lesson with me. This is about how to form your embouchure, bring it to the instrument, and actually get it to stick. We're going to go through this step by step, explaining it, and then we're going to run through it smoothly. Step 1 is to form your embouchure. Tuck your bottom lip over your bottom teeth and say ooh, ooh. Step 2 is using a mirror, remember how it looks, and notice what muscles it feels like you're using. Remember that feeling. Step 3 is to pop the mouthpiece into your mouth. Our top teeth are going to be sitting on the top of the mouthpiece, about 1 centimeter to 1.5 centimeters in. Step 4 is to check. Have you still got this shape and this feeling? You might need to say ooh again. Step 5 is to blow, as if you're trying to blow out some birthday candles that are sitting about 30 centimeters away from you. Something like this. Now let's put it all together. Step 1, I'm going to tuck my lip and say ooh, ooh. 2, I'm going to notice how it looks. I'm going to keep that shape. Step 3, I'm going to put the mouthpiece in my mouth. 4, checking I still have the shape. Does it look the same? Does it feel the same? And step 5, we're going to blow. Now, if that didn't work, here's a few things you can try. It's common that people will completely lose the shape as they start to blow through the instrument. A good way to overcome this is to practice it away from the instrument. So form your embouchure and practice blowing. Do this a few times until you're really comfortable with it, then bring it back to the instrument and see how you go. When I was a student, my problem was that I couldn't find the shape at all. For most people, tucking your bottom lip over your bottom teeth is easy, but the challenge comes in knowing what to do with your chin and all of the muscles around it. The first thing you can try is making sure that your ooh sounds like a rounded ooh, as in the word you. Make sure it doesn't sound like any other vowel sound, like a or anything like that. The next thing you can try is sucking through a straw. This encourages the exact shape you would want your embouchure to be. When I was a student, none of that worked for me, but what did was thinking about tucking and spreading my bottom lip over my bottom teeth, like so. The next issue that people might run into is maintaining the shape as they continue to blow or play. Think about keeping the same feeling that we talked about earlier through the entire time you're blowing through the instrument. Another thing you can try is having someone hold their finger just underneath your chin, and as your chin points and moves downwards to form your embouchure, keeping your chin in contact with their finger as you play. Another thing that might be causing problems is the amount of mouthpiece you have in your mouth. If you have too much mouthpiece in your mouth, it'll make you very prone to squeaking. If you have too little mouthpiece in your mouth, the sound will be very muted and squeezed, something like this. And it'll feel very hard to blow through. The final thing to think about is how tightly you're holding the mouthpiece in your mouth. For most of us, we could think about holding the mouthpiece a little more loosely. At this point, don't worry too much about air escaping. Just let your mouth naturally close around the mouthpiece. If you have a lot of air escaping, think about the sides of your mouth coming in to hold the mouthpiece. To understand how embouchure works, start by relaxing your face and give your bottom lip a squish. Notice how it feels. Next, form your embouchure and squish your lip again. How does it feel different? It should feel much firmer. When our lip is relaxed, it does an excellent job of hugging the reed and stopping it from vibrating. It makes a sound like this. When we form our embouchure, a lot less of our lip is going to be in contact with the reed, and the part that is in contact with the reed is going to be much firmer, so it's not going to hug it as much, and it's going to allow the reed to vibrate much more freely. However, it'll still provide enough cushion to support the reed into vibrating uniformly, that is, without squeaking. Here's the same passage with the same amount of air, but a good embouchure. You can hear the difference. For more detailed information on this in a written form, check out my book, which you'll find the link for in the description. It has more general troubleshooting for any sound issues like squeaks by addressing things like the shape inside your mouth or the amount that your lip is tucked or untucked. It also has dozens of original solo works, duets, and pieces with piano that are designed to practice each chapter's content in a melodic way. That's all for today. I've been Andrew from Clarinet Essential Technique. Leave any questions or requests in the comments down below, and I'll see you in the next video. Happy practicing.